Konami. Welcome in, everybody. This is King Video Game Cheat. And this is numero uno, what I'm hoping is going to be hundreds of videos where I am going to cheat my way through all the games you could possibly think of and more. Because everybody on YouTube these days wants to test how big their balls are next to the video before them. I've done it without getting hit, I've done it without getting saved. Well, I'm going to take us back to an era we didn't need any of that shit and we all had big balls. Let's see what we got in the options menu just for fun. Yeah, we can pretty much keep it at that, it ain't going to matter. Actually, let's crank the diarrhea fest up and give myself as much leeway as possible, right? Alright, here we go. Always been a fan of Mike. Today I've turned on invincibility, by the way. There's really not much to go on in this game. You can alter the lives too, but... I always thought the art in this game looked really cool. Like they put their time and effort into it. Look how detailed he looks. How shredded. I mean, he's called the Shredder, so I guess that makes sense. Our high energy detector. Alright, New York City. I was born about 40 minutes from there. Let's cheat. And as you can see, I shouldn't take any damage when I get hit. No, I do not. This is, I had a lot of video games as a kid. Surprisingly, one of the only ones I had, Ninja Turtles wise, I didn't have the one on Nintendo, thank God. I think I'm probably better off having to skip that one. I was kind of a fan of the TV show. I was never able to follow it too well, though. I had a lot of the toys, the TMNT Technodrome, whatever the hell it was called. Take out these Star Wars droids. Literally look like they're from the wrong game. I mean, I know there's robots at the end, but that's just them appearing now. Trying to figure out how to jump. There we go. I have beaten this, by the way. Many times with my brother and a couple of times as a teenager by myself. Yeah, it's a button masher for sure. It's more fun with two players. 100%. Because you get through it quicker, you know? It's not as tedious. Oh, it's time for some water. Okay. Pops off at you, the colors. I like, you know, it's comic book looking, it's bright, it's fun. I always thought the foot soldiers were kind of stupid, the Foot Clan. Get over here, bitch. been a good place for them to put an Easter egg there. On the license plate. Although I'm wondering what that is on the... Is it U.S. jail? Is that in the TV show and I just forgot it? I don't know. This is wild. I always love this. I have pizza in the oven right now. Best in North Carolina. I'm from New York, so I know the difference is quite stark, but I think they got it close to the place I go to. Another sewer level, except this time they add an inch of water and expects us to feel like it's different. Those dumb fucks. Oh, that was a nice block. Use that as an attack or something. What's the purpose of that flip, except to look cool? I don't know. I mean, I'd rather have it than not. I'm wondering. And there's the xenomorph references, which is wild. I mean, I think that's what that is. Tell me I'm wrong. Is that not Alien? Looks like it. They've appeared everywhere in pop culture, haven't they? I mean, now that everything's owned by one fucking company, expect more of it. Surprised they haven't done another Alien and Predator crossover yet. But I'm sure that's coming. They just keep fucking up the Alien movies like Romulus. I was disappointed by Prey. I know that's Predator. I'm not Alien, but I was disappointed by Prey. I was really looking forward. I mean, I liked it as a set piece with the Native Americans, but I wanted more of them and more battles, and wanted it to feel a little more personal, like it's about to get personal with this dick. Yeah, you gotta love the bosses in this game. They just pop. You get the cool noise when you hit them. Cool. Is this Leatherhead? Yeah, it's gotta be Leatherhead. It's a croc. An alligator or whatever the hell. Looks like a crocodile with the thin snout. For quite a while I've been driving myself nuts. I've played no game on any difficulty lower than usually. I mean, unless hard is just completely unplayable, I'll usually put it on hard and sometimes go to medium. So it's interesting playing with cheats right now. That's all I did as a kid. I would barely play anything legitimately. And when I got older I learned to love the challenge, and I don't know. It's nice to relax a little bit. Just see the game. I've done so many speed runs and Crash that put time and age on my hands. I mean, it's fun and I love it, but it drives you nuts, especially when you go back and beat your own times. Oh my goodness. That's the real test in a game like that. It's not beating the times they put in. It's going back and doing twice what you did originally. Full run-throughs of Resident Evil, and Tomb Raider. kinda wish I could switch the turtle at this point, but it's alright. That's the price you pay for being invincible. I always like to put his, like, when I was a kid, I liked to position his head right there so you couldn't see it. And then you want to swing it. Alright. Oh, it does work! This game has a good soundtrack. Borderline great. Definitely enjoyed back in the day the second movie, The Secret of the Ooze, was it? The first one, you know, was a little dark for me as a kid, which is ironic because I liked horror movies, but just didn't have enough humor to click. And then the second one, I feel like, is when they really peaked with the outfits, and they looked as best as they did in the trilogy, and I think the acting and the story was the best. The ending was definitely not as good as the first one. I mean, Super Shredder getting killed by the shit collapsing on him was ridiculous. But I think it's an overall, well, no, it's not a better movie than the first, it's just my favorite. A lot of people appreciate how gritty the first one is. The third one's a disaster. They got rid of I think the Jim Henson outfits, and that's one of the reasons I can't stand it, is they look like they're on crack or on meth. Eyes are open too wide. Strange looking. And I still haven't seen the Michael Bay movies. So easy to think of the Foot Clan's outfits as condiments. Ranch, ketchup, and the yellow honey mustard before. That's how I thought of it as a kid, at least. I thought these things are a little weird. This is sort of naked. Well, I mean, they have these little thin belts on or something, but they're basically naked rock creatures. Kind of weird. But then again, they're probably from the show, and I'm just too stupid to remember it. Are we really up to here already? This actually may not be what I think it is yet. I know there's a part where you have to fight all the bosses over, but I actually think that's later. This is something else. It's slipping my mind. Been a while. Been about as long as it's been since I last got laid, and trust me, that is a long time. Alright. What does that do? That was a joke, by the way, what I said before. Oh, man. Yeah, they're kind of annoying to kill when you don't have the power up for it. You know, we're not in any danger, so whatever. I thought that noise as a kid was a little perturbing. Dink, dink! I get what they're going for, though. It's just kind of probably steel or something you're bouncing off of. I don't know. Or hitting. Something to that effect. Yeah, see, you wait for the next one and there's 3, so... They tried to trick ya. About the condiments, I don't know exactly what the purple would be. Perhaps that purple ketchup they had like 25 years ago? In the superstores? Superstores, oh my goodness. In the food stores? Rock City. Right, moving along. Yeah, the other part I mentioned is, I think much later, actually. Return to the light. More Star Wars droids. I'm telling you, there's some TMNT nerd out there who's watching this right now who's like, what are the fucking names? I'm sure they have a name, I'm sorry. I wasn't that big a fan. I was more into Power Rangers. I was born in '90, I loved all of it. Smack dab in the middle of that whole cartoon revolution. Beautiful time it was to be a kid. Maybe the luckiest generation for children in history, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't say luckiest, that's very naive. I mean, there's a lot of people who weren't fortunate. Definitely a portion of the generation was spoiled, for sure. That's pretty wild, I always thought. They kind of just wander off. I think the blue color is my favorite ninja. Foot Clan member in the game. Pink, pink. Yeah, I have to watch the Michael Bay movies. I can't believe they've been out for 12 years and I've never even seen the first one. I think maybe it's the letdown that if I do like them, I'll only have 2. It's kind of different how he did Transformers, Most of those movies are bad, but at least if you still have a soft spot for them, then you have a lot to watch in one run through. You have like, what, 4 or 5 of them from him? And then a couple more that came after, but I suppose if I fall in love with those 2 movies, I'm going to feel a little empty. This cave is creepy. There we go. Yeah, I always thought this was strange. It's supposed to be like art on the wall, I suppose. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a mirror, or is it a background, like an extra layer in the background space? Could have been rendered a little better. Trying to go after the one who's throwing shit at me. I always wondered as a kid in my mind how painful it would be to you walked over those and it just like went right up your ass. Shame that, forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, it might have been called Ronin's storyline that they were going to give Raphael. Got cancelled. The one they were going to make it rated R and make the rest of them dead. I mean, it was based off a comic, I think, but that was in the makings for a couple of years and it just completely died on the vine, unfortunately. But I think that would have been something that that 90s generation that I'm from would have absolutely loved, to see a dark, gritty Ninja Turtle story that didn't hold back, with the most pissed off member who was on a bloodlust from losing his brothers. Oh man, they could have done that right. And I remember the article saying that he wanted to bring back the original April O'Neil actress, so who knows, maybe we would have had Casey Jones. Wasn't meant to be. Get over here. I really need some water, forgive me. Okay. I'll reboot it with somebody though. We'll never get that. Not for a long time at least. Ah yes, I remember this. So, I always thought it was funny at the end of the second one when they're dancing and they kind of knock him over on the stage. At least that's how I remember it going. He kind of leans back and forth like he's lost his balance. I mean, in retrospect, it's kind of stupid, but that whole ending is stupid. But you know, it is what it is. I think there's 5 or 6 scenes. It's 5, I think. I always loved this part as a kid. I mean, it was really difficult, but me and Bro got past it a few times. Same enemy as before, Leatherhead, but he just kind of changed his color. I don't understand why they had to do that. I perfectly would have bought it if they just decided, let's give him another shot, but gotta have that color change. I suppose it makes him look kind of sinister. I saw the AVGN Mike Matei episode where they were comparing the versions of this Hyperstone Heist, and then I think it's There's another version of the game that's a lot like it, but I don't know if it's Turtles in Time, but Mike wound up getting to this point and saying that he didn't like it. I can understand why, but this is the version I grew up with, so I really don't mind facing the enemies twice. I think it's a neat challenge. At least when I'm doing it legitimately, I mean. Certainly not a challenge right now. I'm just kind of doing it as a showcase. Think about how much health you'd have to have for all this. It's not even over yet. I think there's 2 more. My cat just went by the window and scared the shit out of me. If you are playing without cheats, I'm pretty sure the idea is to get over to him from side to side each time before he has enough time to fire off his projectiles, because if you're hitting him he can't do it, and then he just starts the next cycle. So it's a combination of being quick and also handling these assholes in the middle. Ah, yes. Mousers. That's what they're called. I stand corrected. Come on. Got a lot of health. Wow, he's got a lot of health. I'm not complaining, I just mean as an observation. It's quite strange. I'm almost starting to wonder a little bit here. Is there something wrong? Maybe I have to destroy the mice things? Yeah, that's what it is. Forgive me for not being smart enough to realize that sooner. Mousers. Good lord. This is ridiculous. Hit him down here? It's gonna hit him down here. Wow, that's crazy. To think I didn't even set it to the highest difficulty either. Oof. I had that toy. My mother always tells the story of staying up till 3 AM setting it up and putting the stickers on it and shit. Hyperstone. I always thought this is really interesting design for the last level. I mean, I think it's only because it compares so much that we were in city stages and sewers and stuff, and caves, and now all of a sudden you're sort of like in a, almost like a spaceship almost. But I like the change. It's good to have new enemies at the end. I mean, you still get the Foot Clan, but that's inevitable. Check my phone. See what time it is. I don't know why I sounded like I had a southern accent there. I'm from New York. Maybe I've been down here too long. I remember always thinking I was some kind of badass waiting on the side of the elevator for them to come out and then attacking on the side, like it matters at all. I mean, I guess maybe a little. Get that half a second where they have to kind of turn into the attack so you can sort of hit them before they get a shot. If you're being really technical. Go to hell. I always detected a hint of minty freshness when I saw those things. I don't think that's what it is, though. I actually kind of miss the animations you see sometimes when you get hit. Oh fuck, I didn't see that coming. Krang, I fucking loved Krang when I was a kid. Maybe that's another reason I should watch the Michael Bay movies. He's cool looking. Adios, fat boy. Where does he go? Ah, he escapes. He always gets away. And you got a few last rounds left with these idiots, so just get rid of the cannon fodder while you can. Beat them senselessly against the walls. Honey mustard. Reminds me of the movie with the grocery, the animated grocery food movie with the fucking that crew did. Seth Rogen, his crew. What's it called? Sausage Fest. She was hilarious. Danny McBride played the bottle of honey mustard. He found out that the people were eating them outside the supermarket. He went back and warned the rest, and he's like, he gets picked to get taken home twice. He's like, you're not gonna get honey mustard twice, and sacrifices himself. Oh man. Watch it if you haven't. It's like Toy Story for adults. It's stupid as hell, but I mean, that's what we need these days. It took all of the R-rated comedies away from us, so. Wouldn't it be something if they took up a health point for you getting your toast up there or something when the door comes down? He looks so stupid when he runs. Stay still. We had to get one last round of these guys. It's such a pain in the ass to fight them. It's funny though. And this was always one of my favorite final bosses. remember if he has the second phase or something. I don't think so. Might be it already. Final shell shot. Bye, asshole! He's always falling down into something. Or it's something falling on him. It's always gravity. Maybe that should be his next invention. No gravity. Or not enough of it. I don't know. But I appreciate you watching. It was fun cheating our way through this game with infinite health. This is the video game cheat. And I hope you're enjoying this simple little ending with Splinter there in the front of the crowd. Oh, look, he's grinning. I forgot about that. Let's just let the credits play out. As a credit to those who gave us this beautiful game. You know, what else is there to say? If there was more to show off, I would have shown it. Like I said, there's a couple of live modifications, like 3 lives, 6 lives, 9 lives, but I mean, you know, if I already have invincibility on, I'm not going to go out of my way to just turn that on and, you know, it's what it is. Hopefully I'll have other videos soon that'll show off more, like I plan on doing a Resident Evil run, and I'll do, you know, an infinite flamethrower in there with and unlocking all the doors from the start. We'll just kind of play with it, do a lot of shit. I have a lot of things in mind. I never noticed that. Ralph about to fall off. Or maybe he's actually holding on and just trying to look cool. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. See you on the next one.